today we're going to be reviewing showreels.
Yes.
Thank you, Mirko. Mirko points out, he says, you will not like me. Which is what the Earl of Rochester says in his opening speech in the wonderful play by Stephen Jeffries called The Libertine, which was made into a film with Johnny Depp. Yeah. Interesting.
I think I saw it in theatre.
Yeah, you saw it with me.
Yeah, right.
It was a very interesting play. Stephen Jeffries is about the Earl of Rochester, and then the Man of the World. I think that's what it's called. Oh, the Man of Mode is the actual restoration comedy that was written based on the Earl of Rochester. So they alternated. It was nice. It was very, very nice. But you will not like me.
A lot of good theatre. Those starting up here in Spain. We've seen interesting plays that also our members of the family had put up now that still, is slow, but is opening up. And it's a very interesting season, I think, because we're going to see if the people really, want to come and see us. Because it seems that in movies is really not picking it up. Today I was speaking with Pablo Moreno, and it's more than 70% less of comparing with, for instance, 2017.
Are we talking about Spanish film production?
Spanish film, no, people that they go into the movies, people that actually, that it had been a drop after all that happened. And
well, it's now the fact is that we have HBO, we have Apple, we have Netflix,
too much.
We have Amazon, we have filming here in Spain, and there's various other different platforms. And Disney Plus.
And the people, yes, are supposed, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's hypothetically good news for actors and filmmakers and all those sorts of people, because people now consume more product than they ever have before.
Yes, true. But we like to go into the movies.
Yeah, we like to go to the movies. That goes without saying. I have to say hello to Hermes Damian, who is with us in LinkedIn. As you may know, that we are live on YouTube, which you can give us a like and follow the page. That's always very nice to see.
Thank you very much for you doing it, because it helps our hearts.
It helps our hearts and the algorithm. And also, if you're on Facebook, give us a like and follow the page. We actually have fewer likes than we have.
How weird.
Yeah, than we have follows, which is kind of strange. There's over 10,000 people following us, but anyway, this
still because we're we're keeping saying this, but
no,
keep saying this.
Yeah, well, we're about 1,000 away from equaling it. It's quite nice. Curious, but anyway, okay. So this is one of the things. The other thing that on in Spanish that we've been following very closely and talking widely about what's happened with Alec Baldwin. That's been rather an interesting thing to follow, because both you and I, we have experience of working in films where they use guns. And
a lot
of experience doing that, and for us it's such a horrendous breach of protocol that anybody could ever come up with in terms of how you operate with firearms.
Yes, responsibility, I suppose, is going to be shared. Anyway.
Well, the most responsible people you will ever find on a film set are the armorers.
Of course, but not in this case.
With good reason.
Like.
So, without further ado, first thing I'd like to do is to explain to everybody out there exactly what our objectives are when we look at a showreel. The thing that we do, the most important thing, is that we want to find the things that work, the things that don't work. We want to remove the things or eliminate the whole thing entirely if it can do damage to you. Because one of the things that we're trying to show to any casting director, producer, or anybody who could see it, such as an agent, we're trying to show them really who we are in the simplest and most quiet aspects of our personality, etc. Nobody wants to see dead baby speeches. Nobody wants to see people screaming and crying. Nobody wants to see torture. Nobody wants to see any form of sexual violation or anything like that.
Limits, let's say, extra. I mean, we want to see you. We want to see you as an actor. Last day, no, I think 2 weeks ago, it was a very nice reel that I asked you if you could give it to me, right?
Yes,
Remember?
from Ryan.
From Ryan. And it was very nice edited and also very nice acted. And I think it's a very good example on what a showreel should be, which is, we want to see your capability of acting, exactly, how you react to the text, not only because you're original, but also because, you are really committed 100%. And, there is no fear. And, it's a very nice when you see, the acting, because sometimes I say, well, I don't know what is a good acting. I know that I could do it better, but I don't know, what is good. Anyway, so that's what we are doing here, trying to understand,
trying to get close to seeing what the what represents the particular actor, because remember, the most original part you'll ever play is the closest one to yourself. Okay?
Yes, exactly.
That sounded clever, didn't it?
So yeah, very nice, the Ryan one. Huh?
Yeah. In actual fact, if you have seen our posts on Facebook or certainly on LinkedIn today, in the original post, there's actually a link to last week's show, so you can actually see what we did and how it all worked out there.
Exactly.
Okay, so without further ado, let's go on to our first video today. Now, Stacey, she sent me this last week. Okay.
Okay, let's see her.
She sent me this last week, and she said you couldn't watch it last week. I messaged her, so I'm not sure if she's out there. If you're out there, let us know. Okay. So, here we go.
I like Christmas. When my mum told me Father Christmas wasn't real, my dad flipped. He said, "What are you on about, woman? Of course he is." That Christmas Eve, he calls me downstairs and he says, "Look on the computer, they've caught Santa on satellite. See, he's there. He's in Kuwait."
I don't understand this. Like, what's he going to achieve speaking to him? He doesn't deserve your time.
I just need some closure. I need to understand why he did everything he did.
Where are you? Coming to find you. Come out, wherever you are. I know you're in there, darling. Why don't you just come out for a moment?
Jane! You best stand back! I've had enough of this shit! You're gonna let me go now!
I hate it when they try to run.
You're insane if you think you can get away with this.
I've done it before, haven't I? You thought you were the first? No, you got the furthest. But I wonder if you're the tastiest.
Why are you doing this?
You think I don't know?
What?
Don't act dumb, Peter! I know, Peter. I know you're little getting. I just want you to be a good husband. Like the old days. Do you understand me now? Do you understand me? Me and Mummy?
Alright, Jane, I made a mistake, right? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go, Stacey.
Thank you, Stacey. Well, I think, immediately I think you're very competent, you're very truthful, you're very out there, without fear, right?
Do you want the other light
You can
on?
see this thing. I don't know, whatever you want. So that we can see that. But we cannot see is the last one.
Yeah, the last one's got certain problems with it, and I know you know what they are. And the first problem is the sound. The sound is not as good as the other things, and also it's very, very dark.
It's very dark. And even if your choices are not bad, is such a common place. I don't know. I've seen that many times. I think you deserve something different. At the end, that is more uplifting and is more you, really.
Yeah.
So I would just because the other ones you're really there, and I like to see you as you are. I know that in this one you're a little bit more sophisticated, and also your image is you look
You
better.
got like a 1940s hairdo on.
Also, but I don't know. I think it would be nice that you can do something that it is another profile too. That it's not only the girl next door, but that we can do a businesswoman or another profile, a mother, or something that also is going to give you jobs or work because you nail it in there. So I think that would be nice that you do a couple of more scenes or more monologues with you, taking care of your image. And
Let's go through
Yeah.
it again, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, just a quick reference I want to say to El Refugio de la Mecina. It says, hello from
La Alpujarra.
La Alpujarra. I was wrong about the live. Sorry, because I'm looking for a script course, by the way. I'll be here for a while. Well, Señor El Refugio, enviarnos un email. Información está en la descripción y hablaremos.
Yes, because there is very nice things that is going on right now with Scott is giving wonderful classes of script, and is very practical, and
It's all inside the Familia de Cine, which you can actually get to familiadecine.com/Assumpta Serna, and actually at the lowest level you get a chance to come in and join our script class, and quite frankly it'll be the cheapest, most effective, most intimate, and lo más divertido del curso de guión que vas a encontrar. Espero, right? So I'm going to stop speaking Spanish now. Right. Everybody thinks I'm weird. Right, so look, what we're going to do is we're going to go back and we're going to watch it again,
Okay.
and we're going to stop and see what we come up with. Okay?
let's go.
I like Christmas. When my mum told me Father Christmas wasn't real, my dad flipped. He said, "What are you on about, woman? Of course he is." That Christmas Eve, he calls me downstairs and he says, "Look on the computer, they've caught Santa on satellite. See, he's there. He's in Kuwait."
I don't understand this. Like, what's he going to achieve speaking to him? He doesn't deserve your time.
I just need some closure. I need to understand why.
Right. The first one, right? I'm loving that.
Okay,
Walking up the street,
it's very nice.
totally transparent, totally
At ease with the
human.
camera.
Yeah. You're telling a story. There's no actor inflections that are going on there. Now, that's one of the things that I would suggest that people get criticized for. Actors get criticized for. They get criticized for being actory. One of the problems that we have when we do acting training is, if we're not careful, they teach us how to act like actors. And really what we begin to lose track of, if we've been in drama training, particularly theatrical drama training, is we begin to lose track of what it is just to play somebody who's a human being. Isn't that weird?
Yes, it is.
It took me years to work out how to go back to playing a human being again.
Yes, and you need to do so because the techniques that you use in theater, they are rubbish in they're rubbish in movies or
On TV.
On TV. So you have really to get back into your real voice, and that means that you also have to understand what is the technique of a camera to be able to have it at your advantage. And here it's nice because you can see that the camera moves. You are straight looking into the camera. You're not afraid. At the contrary, you control everything. So right there we see, okay, she's a woman who controls the camera. This is not a problem for her.
Yeah, it's just very present. It's good. I also need to say Lucinda, who said, "I'm taking on board all that you're saying before I go ahead with my showreel. I'm a mature actress. I can still play funky and cool, as that is really me." Yeah, of course you can. Absolutely.
Funky and cool, of course.
Of course you can play funky and cool.
No problem.
You know, I have been funky and I've been cool, but never have the twain have met. The thing that if you feel closest to, that's the best thing for you. But the other thing, Lucinda, is you need to play somebody who's in a leadership role, who is powerful, who's smart, and who can lead people without any form of aggression or violence or emotion. That's an important thing for women.
The people that they're going to look at your tape, they want to see things. They want to, they want to answer some questions, The questions are, is that person a good actress? In which role I can put her in? She can do comedy. She can do drama. She can do mothers. She can do what kind of profile she can do. That's what we have to give it. We have to answer these questions. We have to, in our demo reel, it should be all there, all that we know that we can do. And also, as another thing that the director might ask to himself when they're watching you is, okay, is she going to, she does funny stuff. But she can be a lead. And this quality of being a lead is what it gives also not only the words, but the uncertainty between one thing and another, the actual sharing your thoughts that we are always saying.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the quality that immediately are going to say, okay, who he or she is a good actress or a good actor.
Yeah, it's a curious thing that really what we're interested in is to see somebody thinking more than somebody speaking.
Yes,
it's a very curious thing. Let's go back to Stacey because loving our work here. So let me just move this. Okay, so we saw the first scene. The first scene is
I like Christmas.
is delightful.
My mum told me
It's
Father
sweet.
Christmas
It's
wasn't real, my
natural.
dad flipped.
It's
See, he's there. He's in Kuwait.
incredibly competent.
I don't understand this. Like,
I don't
what's he
know
gonna
if
achieve?
you have more stuff. I mean, more certainly. It seems that you have a bigger monologue. I would be interested to see, how that ends. I don't think that you have to cut it right away.
I concur. I agree entirely.
If you have other, if it continues and you like yourself, I think you don't feel pressure to put little bits because we want to see you really.
And your accent's from Manchester, I believe. Very nice accent. I spent my childhood summers in Macclesfield, which is not too far away from there. It's great. You're completely at home. There's,
This is also nice. It's very natural.
Also
this
really
one in
good.
the car.
You've got this, and the shot's all on. Shot's all on you, and you're and you appear to have a ukulele. So we may be going for like a little manic pixie dream girl action there.
I don't understand this. Like, what's he going to achieve speaking to him? He doesn't deserve your time.
I just need some closure. I need to understand why he did everything he did.
Same thing again.
Yes, same thing.
I'm interested because one of the things is we want to see somebody in the context of a scene, and I think that's interesting to look at Ryan's scenes because they were very small pieces, but they really had beginning, middles, and ends to them.
Yes, and it was with other people, so that we also can we could feel when the other person was talking, her thoughts or his thoughts, right?
Well, the other thing that was curious on reflection is what he's doing is it's his relationship with women in a romantic way, his relationship with women in an abusive way, and a relationship with women in a weaker, more desperate way. So each one is giving.
It's interesting too. Yes.
Yeah, to think of it like that.
For a man, yes.
That's very clever.
It's very
but that's
clever,
the other
yeah.
thing. That's if you're thinking a woman, what I want to do, I want to be romantic with a man. I want to be cruel to a man. I want to control a man.
Yes.
It's the three uses of the knife.
Romantic control and
romantic control and need. Write that down.
Yes.
That's good, isn't it?
That's very nice.
Those are three interesting dynamics. There you go. You could literally have the same character with three separate relationships and three separate dynamics.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Things you learn, huh? There you go.
Things you learn from others.
Says
Matt.
Oh,
Hudson.
Stacey's here. Stacey's here. Stacey.
Thank you both so much.
No, it's great. We're loving your work.
So let's finish that and let's continue afterwards with
Absolutely.
Matt. But let's so that particular one at the end is what I'm saying to you. You need to do something with the light so that I can see you, because if not, it's kind of boring. Because I know that you're gonna be a bad person from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I don't have any place more to go because I cannot see you.
Right. The other thing here, Stacey, is you're kind of let down technically. Okay, what's happened here is that your acting is very competent. What you're doing here, but the trouble is it's not lit appropriately with enough contrast. They've gone for dark, which is good. It looks like they shot it dark, which means that they couldn't control it when they came to the grading on it. The ideal thing is what you do is you shoot it lighter and then you make it darker afterwards, so you have more control over the image. Let us know what the experience was there. And also the other issue is with this sort of thing, the sound is extraordinarily important. Almost more important than the image sometimes. As we say, sound is 80% of the image. Okay, let's keep watching this.
So that is a problem for me, you see.
Come out, wherever you are. I know you're in there, darling. Why don't you just come out for a moment?
Jane! You best stand back! I've had enough of this shit! You're gonna let me go! No!
I hate it when they try to run.
You're insane if you think you can get away with this.
I've done it before, haven't I?
That is good. These ones are good.
That's great. You're playing the femme fatale. It's very, very nice. What you're sharing with us.
No, you got the furthest. But I wonder if you're the tastiest.
Why are you doing this?
Do you think I don't know?
Oh.
Don't act dumb, Peter! I know, Peter. I know you're little getting. I just want you to be a good husband. Like the old days. Do you understand me now?
Here is a problem. Here
Do you
starts.
understand me?
I want to see you and I don't
me?
see you, and
I
I'm.
made a mistake. I'm
I
sorry.
feel nervous. And then you cut it also in a way that is just disappearing. There is something with the endings of your pieces that I don't understand. I would like to see you more, and to have a closing, right, in the three of ones, because it seems that you leave them there. And
yeah, so tell us, Stacey, I know you're out there, so tell us whether you got more material, what they were, how you made them, and particularly the last one is interesting to know if you have an ending there. That's an interesting one for us.
Yeah.
Between you and me, I wanted to ask you a question about this photo, Assumpta.
Well, it's not very professional in the sense that, if you're looking for someone that is really, girl next door, woman next door is okay. But I think that it could be a little bit more thinking about the image that you want to project, or the easy roles that you can get, or to do something that is not what the easy roles you can get, but it has to be decided. I think that one is, you put it there because you are fine, you're okay, but it still, I don't feel that, there is a lot of much thought about it. I like to see, is the image that is going to be in my head when I'm thinking on you. So I think you have to do it very consciously, the things that you want the others to think about you.
The thing I would say about that is it's a nice picture of you. Okay, it's open. There's an expectation there. There's a hopefulness, which is there's no victim thing going on there, and you look like you look strong and smart. Okay, I think that's a good picture for certain things. If you're going up for certain jobs, I think that's really, really good. What I think we want to have is something which is a little bit more brushed up, a little bit more. Professional is not the word. I don't want to say that because it's not. This is a really.
What
good
I'm saying, professional, is that it
way
can
of
be very
representing
good
you.
that in a in Instagram. You know, it's a photo that someone can do, you know, when you're in the streets and he has a nice camera and nice lenses. And what I want to see is that you're an actress and you know, and that you're giving also things to the camera that tells a story. But in a professional environment, and what we are normally going to see a person who is with good hair, good makeup, good clothes, you know, that is a little bit like, you know, a picture that you take, you know, Tuesday morning.
The other thing which is important to remember, because you're a working class lass and I'm a working class lad from Leith in Edinburgh, is that we shouldn't feel that our capacity to change or adjust what we're perceived to be is some kind of betrayal. That's really, really important.
You are very fine there. Yes, could be. Yeah.
No, that's very much a thing. One of our great strengths, and I think I'd go to Jodie Comer, the star of Killing Eve, is that one of the things that we have to do sometimes is we actually have to go under the radar and pretend to be something that we're not. The reason that I'm sitting here next to this woman is I got a job in a TV show called Sharp's Rifles with Sean Bean, pretending that I was an English public school boy. I not only was pretending I was had a different accent, or from a different place, but also that I belonged to a sort of a very different background and class of people. So I went in and I met them and I spoke like this is how I talked, and I was complained about having a hangover. It was terrible. It was awful. So I went in there and pretended I was somebody who I absolutely was not, and I got the job. Oops. So those are the things that we have to do, that we have to, you know, to have more job opportunities, we sometimes have to camouflage who we are. Because often the people don't actually have the imagination necessary to put us in places where they don't necessarily picture us when they first meet us.
Exactly. So, you know...
And let me just finish this. This is one of the most important things about the concept of prejudice or discrimination. Whether it's about men, women, black or white, or any other sort of gay, lesbian, trans, it doesn't matter what. The biggest and broadest discrimination, I believe, that happens particularly in the acting community, in certain types of work, is class differences, is the way that people speak and the way we speak in a normal, you know, everyday way. It's all right if you sound like you're from the southeast of England, but the trouble is that anywhere else it becomes apparently very difficult to understand. If you're a Mancunian, if you're a Geordie, if you're, you know, from Cumbria, you're from North Yorkshire, you know, all over the rest of the country. Then you get into Scotland and it becomes all sorts of complicated around there. It's very identifiable.
And prejudices are...
And one of the things that would be wonderful to see you is if you wanted to have a go at it, would be doing something which would be perhaps a period piece and something that would be kind of you know, sort of Jane Austen-y, or, you know, something like that, because that's terribly good fun as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just our 2 cents. But
well, I hope we help you. You know, we did our best, Stacey.
I love it.
I think we say that because, you know, we like to see you more. Think on these endings. Like to have more registers of you, more profiles, more, you know. And it's always been interesting, you know, to know what you think. So if you have some comments, please do it.
Yeah. One of the things for us is that I love your accent. I know Americans say, "Oh my God, I love your accent." No, but I think it's very strong. But other than that, Stacey, you're a really competent actress. You're really competent. I just want to see you do more stuff and have it presented better.
And have more possibilities, yes.
But looking at that, the first thing I see, 5 seconds, I go, all right, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing that a showreel can do.
I would keep that on the first, you know, the first, it shows you very well, and, you know.
So Stacey says, most are from student films. I really appreciate all the advice. Absolutely, it's our pleasure. I'm taking it all on board. The headshot was done by a friend. Okay, now, Stacey, you're a good actress. I think now is the time for you to perhaps invest in in some other types of headshots. Ask around the communities, find somebody in your area. The most important thing you can do with having your photos done is please have a lengthy conversation with the photographer. Ask him or her how they work, how they approach it with acting.
Yes, but here I think that before you have to do all sorts of things before to speak to the photographer. For me, the photographer comes into place when you know exactly what you want to do, not before, because then she's going to say, okay, it's going to be fine, don't worry, we'll put music, everything is going to be fine, it's going to reassure you, and you don't need reassurance. What you need is exactly what you need, which is pictures that express profiles that you want, profiles that the market is going to accept of you. So it's you project things, and the market is say, oh, okay, she can do, for instance, seeing you here, I can say a mother of small children. I can see the good friend. I can see things like that. The stereotypes if you want, but they are things that the people is what we project, and we have to take into account that.
No, they're not stereotypes, they're archetypes.
Archetypes, sorry.
A stereotype is pejorative in the sense that it's something that we've seen so many times. No, but it's an important consideration to make.
Yeah, archetypes, yes. So anyway, you have to really think about what you want to do. What is the image, that we want to communicate? What is exactly, the things that you like to do? She says this thing about the period piece because it's very interesting for you perhaps doing it. Well, it's not like disguising yourself, but it's like, suggesting that you can do also that with an accent that is interesting.
Well, this is another curious thing that, for example, when people have American in their showreel and they're considering the American market, the important thing for if you're going to do that, all British actors believe they do perfect American accents, and some of them do, but for the most part, there's something peculiar going on there, and they usually need to work on it a little harder. We're lulled into a false sense of being good at it because we've listened to American accents our entire lives and we've imitated them. That's what we've done, right? But if you're going to do it for the American market, that's the first thing you put on your showreel is the American accent. That's the first thing that you do because that's the first question they're going to have, and it's going to be the first answer that's going to be given.
That is also,
So the thing is here, if you had something which was RP, posh, whatever you want to call it, that's what you would hypothetically kick off with. But the thing I got to say is, you walking up the street, as it fulfills, and I know you probably don't believe it, but it fulfills exactly what you're looking for. Is I could believe her being the lead in a TV show or a movie.
We can change that. We can change the perception that the others have of ourselves. We can change until certain limits, but we can do that. And certainly now, the personality is really something. Even genre is something that we can change. So really, we can change a lot of things of the perception of others. But what we would like to do, because that is what you're going to be at your ease. Is what you're going to be more, flourishing and more shining. Because it's what you really want to say, want to do. So, it's good, film students, but it's also good that you produce, these parts yourself, even when you don't have it, because it's not another, way you can go about it. You have to prove, you have to show what, and that means, implies a lot of thought of you, because it's also, decisions that they're gonna, like all decisions, there is also some things that you are saying no. And I know that as an actress, you always think that you can do everything. Yes, but let's start from something that is easy for you, that you want to do, and that, that you would like to do.
Yeah. One of the things I have to say, Stacey, because I think I don't know whether you're doing classes or going to drama school or what you're doing, but this is my advice to you is, if you have somebody who starts to make you feel insecure about what you're doing, run in the other direction. Okay? You're already in a place in what we've seen you can done where you are very confident in what you're doing. Don't let other people mess you up. It's really important. One of the things that I do when I work with actors, because I coach people and all the rest of it, is that so many people, when they come to me for the first time around, is they need to have it confirmed to them that they know what they're doing, that they were doing it right, and they are capable of playing somebody who's close to themselves in the most naturalistic way imaginable. Okay? Drama schools have a very, very bad tendency, a particular tendency to push people into insecurity and make them doubt themselves. So you can tell them to go sling their hook if you want. You absolutely have my blessing on that.
Okay, so she says, I wrote the ukulele. Ukulele? You say ukulele?
Ukulele.
Okay, ukulele.
Ukulele, the la
Okay.
Right.
Ukulele sketch, but cut the singing out. Haha.
I don't know. I quite like it to end with the singing.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I like that. Spring Woodall says exactly. So thank you for that, Spring. Hopefully you're talking about the doubting thing. It's so important. The difference between actors and non-actors a lot of the time is the fact that we just have this stupid backbone, balls, call it what you will, to actually get up and do it. Okay? Mm-hmm. And the worst thing somebody can do is stop you wanting to do it. I've dealt with people who've been in drama schools and acting classes for years and years and years, and the first thing they lose is the will. They lose the passion, they lose the love for it, and they become further and further. It's like they're on a raft, drifting out from the beach, and there they are on the beach, perfect and natural and real, and they get further and further away, and they lose track of what the hell they are.
Yes.
And it just drives them,
Yes, and then fear appears, and then, and then you need someone to tell you exactly all the time what you do, and then you don't have the team, the agent doesn't care, and so all sorts of things, because you don't stop to think, okay, what I want to do in this business, what kind of roles, who am I, what the others see on me, what and all these questions about what is in there in the market, what is really there right now is very interesting, and it should be the reason why you do a video book, because showreel, sorry, because you want to be in that market, so you have to know the market, see what you can fit in perfectly, and and more.
Yeah. But God, there's really lovely moments, even the one that's got bad lighting in it. You're sharing things with the camera. You're with us. You're alive. Shiva says, who's working with it, run the direction. It's true. Mm-hmm. Listen to your gut. Listen to your heart. And don't make it overcome with some intellectual promise of, oh God, if I stay in the church of this particular guru for long enough, I will end up in heaven. No, you won't. You'll just waste your time and your money. Seriously, none of us are getting any younger. Particularly if you're a young actor, you need to strike before the iron freezes over. Spring Woodall says, I don't know where you are, Spring.
Yes, that's one quality I look for in a coach. Are they enhancing my talent? That's already there.
Yeah,
of course.
Well, the other thing is,
every single person has a wonderful world to show, and it's something that it struck me quite early when we were doing these things, perhaps a year after. It's how many people, they have this wonderful quality, and it's because you look at it, and then, or him or her, and then you say, okay, you just are there just to listen, and then the things appear. The problem is to put you in a box, or to put you in places where you have to work harder and harder every time to really please someone. That is not really what this business
and the great
is
thing
about.
is there with that, Stacey, is you have something which is an enviable quality on camera, which most movie stars have it, which is you're likable.
Yes, you can see it.
You're really, really likable. It's like we watched The Vow the other day, the film with Rachel McAdams and Channing Tatum. Those two people couldn't be any more likable. They can come to my house for a sandwich any day of the week. I'll make them a sandwich. I don't care. Rachel, Channing, if you're out there, just give me a call. Just come around. We'll hang. But those are the things that everybody forgets about. And that's why we get very close to actors, and we, particularly on TV shows, is we see them very, very intimately, and we like them. We relate to them, there's something in them which is admirable. If you think of Denzel Washington, I can't think of another actor that exhibits a kind of moral absolute of righteousness more than him, which is why he won his Oscar by playing the exact opposite in Training Day. You know, there's people who have that he just exudes integrity. You know, and those are very, very important qualities. So anyway, well done, and thank you for sending that. I know she said she wanted to watch live. She sent it to us last week, so thanks for dropping in. Thanks for getting my email, which you would have got very shortly before we started this.
Okay, so let's see if we can still have, I don't know, 15-20 minutes.
All right, let's have a quick look at the next one I've got that's coming up here.
Well, we're going to be a little bit later, but
well, this is the other thing I want to remind everybody who's out there. Remember that you can send us your showreels. You can send it to us via WeTransfer to scott@familiadecine.com.
The file.
So
right?
send us the file. I mean, I can download it from YouTube, but it's not optimal because I need to work with the file here. But you can send it to us there. Right. So anyway, where was I? Let me get to the next one here. Right, so, okay.
Do you want me to go over your...
Right. Okay, so this one is from Gemma Wallace. Now, I got to give you...
Thank you, Stacey.
Yeah, thanks for that. Tell your friends. Now, Gemma has a YouTube channel, which is pretty good, which she talks about because Gemma's worked in action and I think motion capture and things like that. And she's very level-headed, and I think her content is pretty good.
Okay, let's see.
So, and this is her showreel. And now this is a curious thing. This is your 2021 showreel, and I've seen the other ones as well. And I'll mention that when we're finished with this.
Do you want me to go over your choices again? I need his consent.
You're not listening to me!
I'm telling you what's best for you.
You have no idea.
I won't let you go.
Therefore meaning you must kill the person in your designated room. If you do not, you will die with them. But you've only got 10 minutes. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
You loved him.
He told me that he loved me. He just loved the fact that I was young. He would get me drunk and get inside my head and mix up all inside. He could turn a no to a yes. And made me think it was my idea to do all the disgusting stuff I hated. And if I'd fight back, he would shame me and treat me like crap until I gave up and rolled over like a dog.
What makes you think he was in love?
I was 13 and he was 36.
Chris, is everything okay back there? Chris, what the hell are you doing?
Look, I know what you mean, but you can't let this faze you. You know we can't save everyone.
We could save more people if we didn't have to save him.
Safe.
You can't be 100% sure we would have saved that baby.
Sorry. Mum, there's someone here to see you.
I just know that he was there.
And he left in quite a hurry, so...
She's here for you now.
Patrick Shaw, I'm arresting you for the murder of Danny McRae. You don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defense.
Jem, I'm sorry, but the editing is really bad here.
Well, let's say what we mean by it's not effective.
Yes.
Right, and the other, I prefer your other one. I prefer your old reel.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Right. Well, I checked it out and I was interested, and I reached out to Jem and said, can we have a look at it? And she was like, yeah. Let me know when you're doing it. So, the other one is a little bit more accessible. It starts out with the thing with the ambulance and all the rest of it. The real issue we have here is the bit when you're playing the young police officer, the policewoman, and the bit when you're in the ambulance. That's when you're playing like a normal human being, right? As Matt says here, he says, okay, 4 clips in, and Matt edits
I'm still not entirely clear which actors I'm supposed to focus on. Exactly. I mean, the editing is awful. It doesn't really brings you anything. I'm sorry. It's not you. It's the editor. I'm crazy about.
It's not you. It's me. No. But that's the thing. I think she she might have. She knows about editing it, so I imagine she edited it herself.
Edited it? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Then I mean, it's not good. You have to really to put yourself in value. You cut whenever. I mean, let's see it, and I'm gonna see bit by bit. I'm gonna tell you what I see.
Okay, here we go.
Do you want me to go over your choices again?
Okay, so that's the beginning.
I need his.
I don't care about her. I don't need to see her. I don't know at the beginning if it's her we're talking about or it's you. You see? So I don't know who I have to look.
The first person we make contact with is the person who's looking directly into the camera. And that doesn't help us because we're not looking at you.
No.
Okay? And you, young lady, are not with us. You are.
Yes.
You got your eyes closed and you're not sharing with us. Okay?
Yes.
You should be sharing it with us in the camera. Okay? What does that mean? That means I'll show you. Right? You're like this. You need to be like this. I'm sharing it with the camera now, which is you guys. Right? That's what you need to be. You need to be giving it to us. The thing that's going to come across as being more competent when you're working on camera is the camera guy, the director, they're going to see what's going on in your head. Or the lack of anything going on in your head. But if it's not presented to us, if it's not shared with us, if it's not hidden in us, then we kind of go, oh, okay, whatever.
Yeah, so we don't, that is not really, a nice way to start, because we don't know who you are.
And the other thing is that the strongest shot that we have is of a completely different actor.
Exactly. No. So let's follow the other bits.
Do you want me to go over your choices again?
Okay.
The other peculiar thing is that we start out on this blue thing.
Do you want me to go over your choices again?
And then we cut straight to this. Now, they may be the same things, but...
I need his consent.
You're not listening to me!
I'm telling you what's best for you.
I wouldn't put that at the beginning.
You have no idea.
No, it doesn't say a lot about you as an actress. Even if you're yelling, that is not...
It's not strong.
No.
It might appear strong, it might appear dramatic, but remember what we're looking for is you getting to play somebody that we have some kind of connection with.
Yes, and it's, we want to see your thoughts, we want to see other things that we don't see here. So anyway, I wouldn't put that in the beginning. Let's see the other bits.
Right.
Then the problem is that I'm sure you were great, but I cannot see you. Look at that. I cannot see you. I cannot see anything.
The other thing, which is the reason why it's not great for you as an actress, is you're doing one thing, which is you're looking scared. You're fearful. Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
And you do it very, very well.
But then, after 3 seconds, I understand it, and then I'm bored. Because I cannot see you. I cannot see the thoughts that you have, because, I can see you half of an eye.
And it's not bored with you as an actor. We're bored. It's not interesting to us because there's no further information.
I'm sure you were great. I'm sure I can feel it, but I don't see it.
Yeah. No, that goes without saying.
So
it's not optimal.
That is something that I cannot see you. So, I get bored and annoyed with the non-seeing thing. Then there is this music which doesn't see me anything. Then the problem is this guy. He starts looking at the people way before you start talking, which immediately I'm thinking that is, a student film or something that you did quickly. There was night and people were tired. Immediately I'm thinking, that is not a professional work. And that is the guy.
And he's supposed to be, I assume he's playing Ted Bundy in The Green River Killer. Okay, great. Ted Bundy, probably the most famous serial killer in American history.
Okay, good. But, I'm not interested on the idea. I'm interested on you as an actress, and then I cannot see you because the next one is...
Right. This is the sort of thing where I go, hey, your director of photography is really great for lighting spaces. Everything looks awesome. He's got the ambience going there. He's got his blue light going on there. He's got the thing going on in the back. But what I really want to see is the damn eyes of the actors. Yes. I really want to see what... I really want to see what's going on there. I mean, look. You see that? That's what we need. That little glint in the eye. That's really what we should be
aiming for, because
up to including when look, my face is almost entirely in the darkness, and that's
still there's the twinkle thing. There is the eyes are the thoughts. Through the eyes we can see your soul.
The windows of the soul.
The windows of the soul. So
But the interesting thing is again, this is no reflection on you as an actress. Okay, it's not at all. But these are the things that people complain about, and they got considerably less patience than we do. So they go, I can't see her. I don't know what she's like. That's the first question. What's this actress like? Well, no. It's not amateur. It's just that I can't take anything out of it.
Well, I would say it's amateur.
Well,
this thing, yes.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to get into a different thing, and this is a piece of advice for everybody, all the British actors out there who want to do American accents. Okay, because it's a kind of important thing.
So let's watch it.
Jose Medina says, "Oh, Ted Bundy, what could go wrong?" Yeah, of course. What exactly?
Let's see the other.
Do you want me to go over your choices again?
Yeah. So let's. Okay, so let me get back to the Ted Bundy.
So Ted Bundy out because you are also with another actress. You only have a phrase.
The other thing that I've got to say, if it's Ted Bundy, it's very anachronistic music. Ted Bundy was doing all his killing in the 80s, and
I did go to you.
Looking at you before you start speaking, and he does that with the other actors too.
Right.
I mean, no.
Can I give my 2 cents on American accents for British people?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The major difference between a British accent, and I use the term in the way the Americans use the word British accent because there's 1,800 accents in the British Isles, at least. So when we get into, let's just say Southern English accents and the majority of England, but it can be applied to most British accents. They have one thing in common, particularly if your accent is closer to RP, home counties like that, is those particular accents are all based almost entirely on holding your breath and control. Particularly if you're speaking in a good RP, what will happen is everything becomes incredibly precise. That's what happens there. Now, that's got to do with the fact that we live in the UK is a densely populated country where you need to be understood in one way or another. That's how that became developed, and also RP is somewhat artificial. It's an evolution of the BBC RP and all the rest of it.
Yes, Andrew Jack was always telling me that they was all inside because people didn't have space, and we were and the British were in an island. I remember he was telling me that the geography was also the why the accents were as they were.
Well, Andrew Jack, to explain, he died last year of COVID. Was one of the most celebrated voice coaches in the world. You worked with him on Nostradamus, the film with Jackie Carey and Rutger Hauer, and back in the early 90s.
And also in Sharp, and also in other things.
Yeah, well, so Andrew, and he did Lord of the Rings and everything you could possibly imagine. And one of the things that comes, that's the British accent, or British accents. American accents, because of the space, the expanse, and the air that's there, because it's free, is that what you have to do when you start working on an American accent, you can't force it. My idea is you have to slow everything down, relax everything, stop controlling your breathing, let the voice sink back into your mouth, let it leave and be forced up through. You're going to use a lot of head resonance, and everything is going to start changing like that. And one of the things that I do with people is I suggest that you start out be slightly drunk, because one of the things we got to do is we got to eliminate the precision of our consonants. They're not there. There's no. Remember, it's not butter. It's and it's not butter like you get in Scotland with a glottal stop. It's butter. Okay, the Spanish interpret that as a soft R. Butter. And the architecture of your face and your mouth and everything has to change for it to work. But you got to start from a point of view of like relaxing the control on your breathing, and it will become a lot easier when you start to do it like that, particularly if you're doing like West Coast and all that stuff.
Okay, let's see.
Anyway,
watch.
Going back to where we were.
Good, nice.
Did you like that?
Yes.
Lovely. Right. We shall continue. Right.
Do you want me to go over?
So we got with the Bundys here.
Okay, then this other piece, okay?
Nice to meet you.
Therefore, meaning you must kill the person in your designated room.
Okay, I
If
don't
you do
care
not,
about this woman.
You will die with them.
You are not there, again, I cannot see your eyes.
And the other woman is got the alpha
Presence
role here.
And exactly.
And she's got the control and the precision and all the rest of it. Doesn't make you look good.
No.
It's not helping you at all. It's not you're bad, it's just the other person is the one who's taking the spotlight here.
It makes you young, an adolescent, yes, but...
I guess. Right, okay, moving on.
But you've only got 10 minutes. Do you understand?
She's awful also, this kind of...
Yes.
Smile.
I understand.
Don't like it neither.
You loved
and
it.
then did you see the cut there? Why you leave her like that?
Told me that he loved me.
You have to really cut it before.
So
He just loved.
I mean, but it's not. I mean,
I understand.
You see, why that there?
It's a very messy cut.
It's a messy cut, and for this phrase, no. You need to produce things for yourself because that's what they are giving you, but it's not you.
And you got the equipment. You know what you're doing. You know editing. And you're a good actress. You're competent. You need something that can make you shine a bit more.
The editing needs to be worked
Told
out.
me that he loved me.
Well, this is not good.
I just love the fact that
okay, I
was
started laughing at this guy with this thing. I mean, I started laughing because, after a while to see someone with this thing of them in their head, it's laughable.
One of the things that I would say about this is there's a particular, the director's made a choice to put him in the front and you at the back. One of the things that happens is that the reason that we begin to wander is there's no action going on. We can't see the force of somebody's thought. We can't see that pushing forward. It's something that Matt said before, which I think is very, very, very clever to point this out. He said, what I said in passing. He said, what you said in passing is something that stuck with me, along the lines of, if I walked up on you in real life and pulled out a camera and started filming you, if you can do that same thing on a film set, you've got it. The things that we are always attracted to as actors and one of the reasons that we are actors, is we're attracted to the most extreme moments in human experience. Fighting, dying, torturing, violating, suffering, fearing, all of those particular things. Because they're things that we can't do in our daily life. That's our little moment of therapy that we get when we're actors. We get to explore those extremes of light and darkness. The majority of acting, like the majority of life, is not in those extremes. The majority of it is somewhere in the middle and somewhere rather normal, mundane, everyday. The friend, the mother, the teacher, the sister, the lover, the wife, the girlfriend. All of those sorts of positive moments are the things which will open more doors than all the extremities of acting.
Yes, and because we see it every day in ourselves, our family, our friends, we're really communicating with them. We understand very well what is the truth of it, when is the lie, what exactly they need. We start feeling the people before it speaks. So, you know what I mean? There is all this energy that we can actually identify it, and so well, and so quickly, that if we don't see that of an actor, then we don't believe in it. Before, in other periods of time, we wanted to see other things. Now we want to see you natural, completely at home, and we want to see you as if the camera was there. So that means that you just have to understand what are these signs of communication that we do so well in life. What is exactly what it goes our mind before we start thinking, what it goes after we are thinking. It's after we are thinking, or after we are saying something, or we have to understand. Really, we have to be as much as we can magicians, because we have to understand what is really the tricks behind all this.
What's very interesting is that in all our classes and courses and coaching or whatever, one of the things I have a tendency to say is I don't really care, what your emotion is. I just care what you're doing, and that's kind of how it sort of works. Is that you need to feel the thing that you're saying, but you don't necessarily need to, give into the emotion of what the thing you're saying. One of the things you'll find with competent actors, you'll see this in film and television all the time, particularly in TV, is the real difference between the competent ones, the ones who are the star of the show, and everybody else, is they're capable of having a very clear relationship with the things that they may be talking about in the past. And this is a sort of piece of general advice. If you ever feel you're acting and you're moving, and I'm not saying this to you specifically, you don't really go into this, but in general, if you ever feel yourself, if actors out there, if you ever feel the need to feel ironic about something, it usually means you're not close enough to it. Actors use irony just as people who are telling lies do. I don't know what you mean, like that. They do that as a way of creating distance between themselves and the thing that they're talking about. What we actually have to do is, when we feel that tendency, we actually have to lean into the thing that we're experiencing at that point and try and work out what it is. The actual act of trying to work out what we're feeling is a very, very valid thing to do, and we do it all the time. How do I feel about that? That happens when we hear about something terrible, like if somebody died. We don't immediately go, "Oh my God, that's terrible." We go, "Okay, how do I feel about that?" And that's actually something which is fascinating to watch, and it's part of what we do as actors, is that we go through the things other people don't want to go through, and we, when a story is a positive story, we actually can guide people in a way to how to react to things. It's very curious. Definitely warrants an entire chapter in the book that we're writing right now. So anyway, let's get back to where we were.
Yeah, let's finish.
Do you want me to go over your choices again?
Right. So let's get back to here. So we got to this thing when we got the man with the bag on his head. Right?
Yeah, that is impossible. We cannot see you again. I mean, it's so badly shot.
It's very badly shot, and I'm sure it's not badly performed, but it's very difficult to see what's going on,
Get inside my head and mix up
just
all inside.
pass away.
So you're already thinking of fast forwarding here, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I cannot see. And here, okay, it's shorter, and then still I cannot see your eyes. Come on. No.
I was 13.
I cannot. The text, really, what it holds here, or what you think that it holds, is the text, what you are saying. No. It has to be the image, the text, and the words are completely irrelevant. That is in theater. Here, what we can see, what we can, it doesn't hold only, words. No? Right, Scott?
Well, one of the things that I would say, you know, the smallest unit of information in the theater is the word. The smaller unit of information on camera is the thought.
You
If all I
see
can
the
hear
thought?
is if all I'm getting is somebody speaking, I don't actually need to see you. This might as well be a voiceover.
Of course.
In fact, it would actually work better as a voiceover because then
we can imagine.
Yeah, we can actually paint the picture that's not there. It's very peculiar because this is
For me, that is like you're forcing me to see something that I cannot see.
yeah. Yeah, you're pointing at something that's not
there.
That's not present.
Okay, so that away.
36.
So go until the end, please.
Right. Then I've got you killing a guy with a hammer in slow motion.
Yes, which I don't really
We don't really get.
And is a, you know.
It doesn't move me, and I don't go, oh my God, she's killing him with a hammer, because I don't know the whole story.
And I don't care. And I don't care you seeing, you know, if someone has a hammer and does that, you know, and puts a little bit of commitment on that, it makes them a good actor or a good actress?
Yeah. It's like, you know, Heath Ledger in The Joker, playing the Joker. It's very, very impressive. It's very impressive. It's not that hard.
No, of course not.
Because he's playing a very simple thing. He's playing a monster, and he's playing an agent of chaos. All he has to do is make sure he follows no rules whatsoever. That's all he has to do, is to walk deeply in darkness. Okay, not everybody can do it, but if you have an understanding of it to a degree and you stop caring about it, which is the most important thing about that character, is he doesn't care, then it starts to become fascinating. Yes. But it's literally like watching a monster. I mean, he's monstrous.
He can do whatever he wants, and I can say, okay. You know, because he's a monster, so he can do everything he wants. And you know, that could be certainly with other actors, or certain also that he would, you know, do, I don't know, that, you know, played by another actor is also good.
Let's get back to the hammering here.
Let's see a little bit more. Not that it doesn't, more. Okay, here. Okay, that is a small role in something, and I don't want to see small roles. Perhaps I want to see small roles because, she can play police.
Is everything okay back there?
Okay. Perhaps it's good in the way you are saying L, red.
Chris,
okay.
What the hell are you doing?
Look, I know what you mean, but you can't let this phase you. You know we can't save everyone.
We could save more people if we didn't have to save him.
Okay, I'm not interested in the guy, really.
All right, I'm not interested in the guy, and I've got a fundamental problem here. Right.
Chris, what the hell are you doing?
Look, I know what you mean, but
here is also a dirty cut, isn't it?
We could save more people.
Well, this is the tough thing. I'll tell you why this is sort of tough. Is I've got the idea that the car's driving. Right?
Chris, what the hell are you doing?
Look.
The reason that I'm discombobulated is because there's the sound of a siren. Hypothetically, your siren, and the car's not, the ambulance is not moving. So which it sort of disturbs me a little bit.
But the cut there is also a bad one.
Yeah, the cut is not the most delightful of cuts.
Chris, what the hell are you doing?
Look, I know what you mean, but
it's dirty.
Yeah, so you gotta be careful. What you did is there's a slight crossfade there. Well, it's actually what it does is you need to shorten that cut by at least 2 frames.
Yeah.
And if it cuts the sound, don't worry, you can make the sound go longer. But it's not a clean cut. Okay? It's funny. These are the sort of things you notice when you're watching it with other people.
Yeah.
Because by the time you finish it editing something, you actually don't want to see it again because you're tired of it. I know how that is. So here we are.
You can't let this phase you. You know we can't save everyone.
We could save more people.
I don't care about that.
To save him.
It's very short. It's good. You're good there, but
yeah, you're good, and you look good. You're very.
You can't let this phase you. You know we can't save everyone.
Right.
We could save more people if we didn't have to save him.
Again, I want to see you more as
actual. I would actually take your line and then I would cut to you yourself turning around because it's a different shot.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
You know,
yes.
So I would actually go from this one where it's the shot from his point of view. I cut his line out and then I cut back to you when you turn. That's what I would do if I was cheating there. You'd have to see if it worked, but it might work.
Perhaps the music or, yeah.
Yeah, well, she doesn't say anything else there.
But there is music in behind.
Shit, that's true.
Okay, so see what else?
You can't be 100% sure we would have saved that baby.
Sorry. Mum, there's someone here to see you.
I
just know he was there.
that is not,
And he left
I mean,
it quite
I suppose that is a professional job. I suppose that is long time ago or some years ago, which is fine. But
I'm gonna show you why these guys got the job. Why the other guys, not you. You do your job's perfectly fine. It's a thankless job. They're waiting outside. You're coming with me. You're under arrest job. And those are the worst jobs. You probably show it in a day or two. They're not fun. It's the worst job an actor could do is to go work for a short time on a set where everybody knows each other. But I'm going to show you, and this is for all the actors out there. I'm going to show you something, which is why these people have got the bigger roles in the show. Okay. Not that I'm saying you didn't get them. I'm just saying for everybody in general what's important about it. So, here we are. Here we go. Right, we come from you here.
Sorry. Mum, there's someone here to see you.
We cut to her. We're interested in what she thinks here. Okay, the way she looks at us, that's the first thing she's doing. Okay? Right, you come in. You do your job.
I just know that he was there.
This actress walks in, who's obviously got a major role in the show. She walks in and she thinks, oh God, what am I going to do now? She immediately comes in and gives us something.
And he left in quite a hurry, so...
She's here for you now.
That's what they're doing. Those are the things that you want to see in showreels. You want to see the thing in the showreel which is value on top of the text that's there. Give us an idea who you are, your relationship with the people who are around you, with the job, the place you're in, and you're going to share that with us in the camera. Right, so now we got...
That, I don't know why it's there. Again, it's a dirty cut. It's a dirty cut.
It's not a pretty cut. We go to a punch-up.
No, but why is the punch-up there?
Patrick Shaw,
The punch-up is there because because of the way it's originally edited, is her dialogue begins on the fight.
Well, but
I would take the fight out. You might gonna get a blow over what you say, but that's better than actually seeing this fight, which doesn't seem to be connected.
No.
Okay. And it's cut, and it's very, very swiftly cut because they're trying to keep their episode short, I guess. Oops. So we got to we're here. Okay.
Patrick Shaw, I'm arresting you for the murder of Danny McRae.
I don't know. And
Well,
that why again this thing I don't know.
The real problem we got there is the other people have got they're doing the more impactful stuff. What do I mean there is that they're attracting us by what they're thinking about.
Yeah.
Okay? And a thought will always be louder than a word on camera.
Yes.
Good night. No, it's very much a thing. So, I'm interested. I watched your previous showreel, and it's better than this. It's more effective, and it shows better stuff, and it's got different things in it, and I think it's more effective. If we don't have too much of a queue, we can have a quick look at that next week.
Yes, what I'm saying is that Stacy, for instance, and you have the same problem. We need to see you as leads in something. Okay, we need to see you create your own stuff in a way that we can see you better as an actress. Because if you put only little things, little roles, that's I know that is what they're giving to you right now. But you need to show that you can do better.
Matt, just to pick up on Matt said no glottal. He's talking about Americans. I think he's
flapping
from
Betty.
No glottal stops. Flapping Betty bouta bitta. Yeah, Betty bouta. No, that's Betty bouta bitta butter. Oh, whatever. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day. And Stacey says, fab advice as always. I love how you both give feedback.
Oh, nice.
I always enjoy your analysis, and I really feel you mean it. Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Look, this is the thing, and Gemma, I don't want to take this as hard. Is the reason that we say these things is because we really care. Okay, one of the problems is that actors, particularly actors who've been around as long as we have, are too worried about their own bits and pieces, and they very often don't take the time to share what they've learned, what they know, what works, what doesn't work with actors who are starting out. And that's one of the most important things that anybody needs in any profession, is somebody who's been there to tell you when something works and when something doesn't. And that's the important thing, Gemma and Stacey, with your final part of your reel, is that it's not that it's bad. It's not bad at all. It just doesn't work. It's just not effective, And Gemma, you've done a lot of stuff, and you should have something which actually shows you as like the lead in the TV show or the lead in the movie. That's what you really need, and you might be doing stuff like that now because you're obviously, you're obviously competent in what you do. I love like I said, I love the content on your YouTube page. I think it's really, really good. It's very fresh. It's very honest. It's very, very direct. I need to see that, Gemma. That strong, eloquent, together, honest Gemma. Because that's the thing that's going to sell you the most.
And again, think on what are the things that you can be cast on, and do that and do more. Do exactly what you want also to do. What you would like, you dream to do, what you think that you're best at. Try to understand this, and then the video book is going to make sense to you, and it's going to make sense to the others.
Yeah, it's and that's it. Shiva quotes me and he says, "A thought would be louder than words." It is. One of the things that many actors do, Harrison Ford in particular, is he goes through the script and he decides the things he doesn't have to say.
Yeah, that Philip Noyce told us.
Yeah, he takes out he removes as much dialogue as possible.
Yeah.
And the reason he's removing the dialogue is because the less he says, the more mysterious he becomes. The more mysterious he becomes, the more interested the audience is. That's just how it works. That's just how it works.
Okay, so let's finish here.
So that's our show for tonight.
It's 9:25.
Thank you very much. It's been a delight. Remember that you can always send it to me. Let me see if I can find the damn thing. You can always send it to me here via WeTransfer. Scott at familiadecine.com. That's our community that we have, and there's people here. Itzaso was here, and
Jose Mellina.
So there's a lot of people here. Shiva's here, who I've started to work with. Who is a lovely man, and we had a great time the other day when we were chatting. It's absolutely fascinating. Everybody is an entire world, and
of wonder.
I wrote him a nice thing as well. Yeah, I wrote something for him. Yeah,
that's nice.
But anyway, and remember, if you're on YouTube, remember to give us a like, follow the page, hit the little bell. That helps us out a lot. And also on Facebook, please like our page, which is facebook.com/Assumpta Serna.
And tell others if you like it, then tell others to send us, we'll help them.
And we started doing this a long time ago. It feels like millions of years, but it was actually in April last year when everybody was locked in their own houses. And we did it as a way to reach out to the people who we work with in our classes as actors, and also share the love a little bit. And this is why this community that we have
also that
exploded.
like Philip Noyce, that we couldn't really invite them to our place here in Madrid. Well, through all these platforms, we had him there.
Philip Noyce directed Salt and Clear and Present Danger, and
we're gonna
Rabbit
put
Proof Fence
his thing real soon, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because he was giving advice directly to actors on what he looks for in actors. And what sort of actor do you look for? And he said, well, basically, I look for Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie, and Harrison Ford. Yeah, that's a good place to start.
That's with whom he worked.
Yeah. So, thank you very much. It's great to see you. We'll be back here next week at this time in English, but we're live the other days in Spanish at 6 p.m. in Central European time. Drop in. Remember, you can always write to us. We're the easiest people in the world to find. We've got WhatsApp on the page. We've got email. You can leave us a message. If you want to get through to us, we will get back to you. That's an absolute given. If we don't, it's not because we didn't want to. It's probably because it got lost somewhere. That's very important. We have all of our spam filters switched off.
Yes.
And quite frankly, I spent 2 hours the other day and I removed 10,000 emails from your
Yeah, I have some.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, so thank you very much. And
see you next Thursday.
Absolutely. And as always, upwards
and
onwards. Is in between that, Assumpta has been looking at our WhatsApp messages because of the community familia de Cine that we have. There's various different groups, and this is a group that you're looking at for our screenwriters. No?
Yes.
So what we're doing on a Tuesday is I'm giving a class on screenwriting, because it's something that I have, for one way or another, tumbled into over the past 15, 20 years. And particularly in this particular context, is screenwriting for actors, and how to show not tell, and exactly how all that sort of stuff works. So
and they're very happy with the classes and stuff.
Oh, they are? Good, because they never tell me that. I live in a world of insecurity and darkness. That's what I do.
It's not true.
I'm going to kill somebody with a hammer if I'm not careful. Right, thank you very much, ladies and germs.
Thank you for being there.
It's great to see you all, and this is now and always will be free to anybody who wants to come by. There's an important thing, I think, with actors, is sometimes that we feel that people are lying to us. Sometimes we think things are hopeless. Sometimes we think we can't trust anybody's opinion. Sometimes we think the world is filled with jealousy and envy and all those other different things.
And also that the others do better than us.
Yeah, this is the most important thing. Don't compare yourself to other people. Compare yourself to how you were yesterday. That's very important, particularly for actors. We have a tendency to do that. We find an actress who's very successful, and then we look at her age, and then we go, why not me? Okay? Everybody comes from a very different place. Everybody has a very different journey and experience. It's very, very important to acknowledge that. But the most important thing that you have to find is people who care about you and are interested in you doing well. And that's very, very important. Okay? That's
Thank
it.
you.
End of lecture. And we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.